Sports fan, this is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus, and I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering what's next for the New York Jets after firing Adam Gase. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now so you can get all the updates each and every time we have breakdowns here at Sports Choice Plus for our debates. Without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Looking at just the last couple of years for the New York Football Jets, it's been terrible. When you're looking just how year in and year out, they've put mediocre teams on the football field, and this is well before anything COVID happened. You're looking at a product of a lot of dysfunction inside of one organization. When you're looking just from top to bottom, you're looking at the ownership down. It's been blame that you can literally place on every single level, even when it comes to the players. So they came out with a statement today basically saying we want a head coach that's going to coach our entire football team. If you look at the last couple of coaches that they've had, whether it be Rex Ryan, whether it be Adam Gase, literally Todd Bowles, they've had either defensive or offensive. And when you're looking just at how this team is going to perform, they have a lot of pieces all over the place. It's not necessarily one elite piece that you have on the team. And, you know, they've drafted accordingly to what their head coach seemingly has a strength of. When you look at their most successful years in recent years, Rex Ryan has been the guy that had the most success. A la getting to the AFC Championship game, not winning it, but having a winning culture where his guys were playing at a high level. You know, they never really reached that peak with Todd Bowles. They never really reached that peak with Adam Gase. And they never really developed any one player that you can say, okay, this is an elite guy that, you know, it's a walk-away Hall of Famer or anything like that. So when you're looking at head coaching candidates, if you're the Jets, you want to look at a couple of guys, and I have a list for you. You want to look at guys that generally have had success in different arenas of coaching, whether it be from an offensive coordinator standpoint, that have done a little duel, that know the systems, or that have been under pretty good head coaches that literally have learned, and we've seen them do well. So the first candidate that I have up on the list, you're looking at Pat Fitzgerald at Northwestern. Year in and year out, I know it's college, but you're looking exactly at how his success at the college level can translate possibly to the NFL. His personality, the way that he gets along with his players, the way that he recruits the guys that he gets on the team, they give maximum effort seemingly every year. They never start the year on the top 25 list, but somehow almost every single year they end up ranked at the end of the year because of their positive play throughout the year. He gets the best out of his players. He's a master motivator and a leader of men. You're looking at number 2, Jim Caldwell, who should have not have been fired from the Detroit Lions a couple of years ago for Matt Patricia, but he was fired anyway. He got a raw deal. You're looking at what he did in his time in Indy. You look at what he did with his time in Detroit. Phenomenal. He got a lot out of Matthew Stafford. He did the best you could possibly do with the Detroit Lions, took them to the playoffs and got them to a point where they were respectable and competing each and every year. If you're the New York Jets, you want to make sure you're competing every year, not just 1 year or 2 years. So that's big for me if I'm the GM or the owner. And, you know, in general, you want a guy that's going to get along with your players, that your players want to play for. Jim Caldwell is one of those guys. You're looking at another guy, David Cutcliffe. When you're looking at his success with Peyton Manning, and you're looking at how he's helped the Eli Manning in his career and how his passing academy with Peyton and them has done wonders for quarterbacks, he's had success at the University of Duke for football. Let that sink in for a minute. He went to a basketball school and has transformed them into a perennial contender every single year in the ACC to just be competitive. That's big because you got to think about it. It's a high educational standard to get inside of Duke. So a lot of times your guys that are really talented may not hit that threshold as far as that 4.0 to get into Duke or whatever it is. And you're looking just at how he's able to develop guys that now you have a couple of offensive linemen that's in the NFL that were ranked high because of David Cutcliffe's coaching and his tutelage and how he's been able to help some of those guys out. And you're looking at just what he brings to the table. So next up, David Shaw, Stanford University. And you're looking just at the last couple of years, how he's helped develop players like Christian McCaffrey. And you're looking at just what he has done for the college level. what he came and did after Harbaugh left Stanford and how he was able to blossom a lot of players, how he's able to keep that program afloat no matter year in, year out. He's competitive. His coaches play for him. His team plays for him. He's a respectable guy, and he has the respect of the conference. He has the respect of his peers in all of college football. David Shaw is one of the phenomenal coaches, regardless of NFL, pro, college, anything. So that's another one of the guys. And lastly, I'm looking at Lincoln Riley. When you look at Lincoln Riley, his mind's phenomenal. He's mostly an offensive coach, but you look at his attention to detail with developing an offense. You've got Sam Darnold, and you possibly could get Justin Fields. You possibly could get Trevor Lawrence. If you trade up, you never know what could happen with the Jets. They may do the Jets thing. But you're looking at, an offense that could be tailored to your quarterback to help develop talent on your team. You can bring in strong personalities from the assistant coaches, and the GM can bring in guys to mentor these young guys. I would just think that one of these guys on this list deserves to be a candidate that gets interviewed and possibly hired. If you're looking to change, Jets, you're looking to get back onto your winning ways, hear me out when I say this. You have to keep in mind, start with your GM, start with your president of operations, and then bring in a good head coach, one of these that I named, because this job is a phenomenal job. You can turn this around. You got the cap space. You've got draft picks galore. You could definitely turn this around. So all you guys in the comment section, I want to know, what do you think it's going to take for the Jets to turn this thing around? Because, and just a side note, if you're the Jets, hire a GM that's actually going to get along with your head coach. The last two GMs didn't get along with the head coach, and that created a lot of tension, created a lot of dissension. You got to understand, if you're the owner, get out the way. Let your guys do their job that you hired them to do, and also allow them to move forward so they can be successful. And that's just in general. But what do you guys think? Who do you think the next head coach should be for the Jets? What direction do you see them going in? Leave all those comments in the comment section below. Definitely check us out each and every week as we have content coming out to entertain you during COVID-19. And I thank you so very much for definitely checking us out. Definitely check us out next week because we have more playoff action coming for you and more debate topics. Thank you so very much. We'll see you soon.